What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most exciting and dangerous fighters on the planet right now, Ilia Topuria. This is the guy that has the champion running, and today we are going to see if he is legit or should he have stayed at featherweight. From his early career to his rise in the UFC, his power and his fighting style, Ilia is making a serious claim as one of the best fighters in the world. So, let's break it all down. Ilia Topuria's journey to top of the UFC started with him going 8-0 with 7 submissions and 1 KO with no one fight going to decision before joining the UFC. Coming out of Georgia, a country known for producing incredible combat athletes, Ilia's fight IQ and physicality were obvious from the start. He came into MMA with a well-rounded skill set, and it didn't take long for him to showcase his abilities. Before signing with the UFC, he compiled an undefeated record, showcasing his submission game, striking, and all-around potential. His rise in the UFC, however, is what really got people talking. He made his debut in 2020 and immediately caught the eye of fans and analysts alike with his explosive power and unorthodox style. One of the key moments that put Ilia on the map was his fight with Bryce Mitchell. This was supposed to be the fight that tested his grappling, as Mitchell was known for his jiu-jitsu and wrestling. Even though Bryce was the first one to ever take down Ilia in the UFC, however, Ilia was ready. He was calm under pressure, outstriking Mitchell and showing his own grappling skills when it was necessary. The way Ilia handled Mitchell's strength and grappling was impressive and showed that he's a truly well-rounded fighter. Shortly after this, Ilia beat the arguable best featherweight of all time, Alexander Volkanovski. Knocking him about in the second round, he was then matched up against the arguable second-best featherweight and ex-champion Max Holloway, who was previously coming out a world-class performance schooling Justin Gaethje on the feet and then KOing him at the last second. This was Ilia's biggest test of his career. Max had never been knocked out before and had fought some of the best fighter in both the lightweight and the featherweight division, and Max was the no-1 contender at the time. But none of this fazed Ilia. He was just as confident as he always has been. Max did well in the first round, catching Ilia with some good shots, but right at the end of the round got caught and stumbled. Ilia came out more aggressive in the second, controlling the center of the cage better and pushing back Max. Even still, Max was still landing some good shots. In the third round, Ilia started to control the pace of the fight more and eventually dropped by Ilia left hook and finished. Now, let's talk about what makes Ilia Topuria so dangerous. This guy is a complete package. With 8 submissions and 6 knockouts under his belt, Ilia has proven that he can end a fight in multiple ways. Most people now know him as one of the most dangerous strikers in the UFC, but what sets him apart is how well-rounded he is. He can mix it up on the feet, but he's also comfortable in the clinch and on the ground. That's what makes him such a nightmare for his opponents. They don't know where the threat is coming from. His KO power is absolutely terrifying. Whether it's with his hands or his elbows, Ilia can put anyone to sleep. His knockout power is the best in the division, and it's complemented by his aggressive style and fast pace. But don't be fooled. Ilia is more than just power. His fight IQ is elite, and his ability to adapt mid-fight is something you rarely see in fighters with his style. He's not just going in there looking to throw bombs. He's calculated and always looking for an opening. He provided this in his fight with Josh Emmett, where he wasn't able to put away Emmett but was able to severely outstrike him on the feet and take little damage against one of the most dangerous opponents in the division. When it comes to his fighting style, Ilia is the definition of aggressive. He has a relentless pace and isn't afraid to get in your face, which can be overwhelming for his opponents. He uses his physicality, his speed, strength, and cardio to break down his opponents over time. But even though he's a force on the feet, he doesn't hesitate to go to the ground if he needs to, showing his versatility. His jiu-jitsu game is no joke, as he's always a threat in submissions. As for his physical attributes, Ilia's frame plays a huge role in his fighting style. Standing at 5 feet 7 inches with a 70.5-inch reach, he has a strong, compact build that allows him to explode in the clinch and land powerful strikes from close range. His low center of gravity is perfect for wrestling exchanges, and allows him to be hard to take down, while his compact build lets him land powerful hooks and uppercuts in close quarters. The only real downside could be his height, which sometimes leaves him at a disadvantage against taller opponents in the division, but his aggression and ability to close distance mitigate that quite well. Now let's talk about how Ilia stacks up against the rest of the lightweight division. We've seen some serious competition at the top with names like Charles Oliveira and Islam Makhachev, but Ilia Topuria is a different breed. If a fight between Ilia and Charles Oliveira were to go down, it would be an absolute war. Oliveira is known for his slick jiu-jitsu and his unorthodox striking, but Ilia's aggressive pace would put a ton of pressure on Oliveira, who sometimes struggles when things get chaotic and ends up getting too comfortable on the feet, which usually ends up with Charles getting dropped. While Oliveira's submission game is elite, Ilia's well-roundedness and ability to dictate the pace would force Oliveira into uncomfortable positions. If Ilia could avoid getting caught in one of Charles's submissions, he could very well overwhelm him with his striking and power. Then we have Islam Makhachev, the champion who seems to have been running from Ilia. Makhachev is an incredible fighter with dominant wrestling and control, but his striking isn't on the level of Ilia's. Islam would likely try to use his superior wrestling to neutralize Ilia's offense, but I think Ilia's takedown defense and his dangerous stand-up game would give Islam problems. Islam can control the fight, but if Ilia catches him on the feet, it could be over quickly. This is a fight where Ilia's offensive capabilities would force Islam to stay on guard at all times. How good is Ilia Topuria? Ilia's record speaks for himself. Alexander Volkanovski and Max Holloway, the arguable two best featherweights of all time, as well as this an undefeated record that also contains two other top 10 featherweights. Due to the quality of Ilia's record, he is closer to GOAT than a lot of people think, but to do that, he would need to get the lightweight belt and defend it multiple times, but even if he doesn't, it is clear that he is one of the best and most skilled fighters of all time. So, what's next for Ilia? The dude is on a tear, and the sky's the limit. He's already in title contention, and he has all the tools to become the best in the world. But as we know, becoming the best fighter ever requires not just talent, but consistency. Ilia still has some growing to do, whether it's tightening up certain aspects of his game or finding ways to outlast the best in the business over 5 rounds. But the potential is definitely there. If Ilia continues to evolve and stays hungry, there's no reason why he can't go on to be one of the best to ever do it. Is he the best fighter to ever do it? Only time will tell. But with the way he's been performing, it's hard not to be excited about what's next for Ilia Topuria.